Good day, my lord. I am Sir Tute of Oriel. I was the advisor for the previous lord before you, disposed of him rather messily. Now that you have ascended to your lordship and you now have more responsibilities than ever, we should ensure you actually can do more than push an aging old... Well done. Nice to know you aren't completely useless as I... Fantastic. Now, if the rumors are true, this next... Great. It appears the rumors were baseless, my lord. Please do not flog me for mentioning them. This panel shows your current active quests. Completing these quests will... This panel shows what you need to do to complete the current quest, and what rewards you will receive once it is complete. If you can complete it, my lord. I swear I have total faith in the matter. You did it, my lord. Not that I ever doubted you. Let's get started on learning how to play. We will start by building a guardhouse to help defend your castle. Whoever called this a castle was obviously being very generous, my lord. Select your town by clicking on it. The buildings panel is where you build and upgrade buildings in your town, and not much of a town yet either. It will show you each requirement and resource needed to construct the building. Yes, my lord, they do need to get these resources from somewhere. I know it's a struggle, but brilliant. You continue to astound with your completion of basic tasks, my lord. It looks like the inbreeding hasn't affected... Now, I know it can be difficult for your generation to have to wait for anything, but we will have to wait for construction to complete, my lord. Excellent work. Now let's train some blindly loyal militia to fight for your honorable cause, my lord. How do I know it's on? Here you will see a list of all the units available for your current keep level. Oh, that doesn't look very impressive yet. The selected unit panel contains information about each unit and their cost. Different units will need different resources and may require different... While we wait for your militia to train, let's learn about town management. Hopefully you can handle this one, my lord. This is where you manage the population of your town. Silly peasants. A happy population will encourage new peasants. Either by... You may notice after setting increasing consumption that your food demand has increased over the production amount. This has occurred mainly as you have allowed your peasants to become greedy buggers. This can be easily managed, however, by upgrading your farms. It is important to upgrade your villages as they become more advanced and your population grows. A larger army requires more tax, and higher populations require more food. Fancy that. We will have to upgrade the output amount to accommodate the needs of your overfed peasants. Here you will see some information about what the upgrade does and how much it costs. Cost, my lord, I know. I know they should just do it for their lord, but I suppose they have to buy some things. Village upgrades only cost gold. There are 5 types of resources. Now, I'm going to say this slowly so you can understand, my lord. Food is needed to feed peasants in towns. Wood and stone are used for building construction and weaker units, while steel and leather are used primarily for stronger military units. Now it's time to create an army. Select your town and click on the garrison icon. If you can't do this one, my lord, I will be having some serious concerns. Add your hero, militia, and huntsmen to your army, such that it is. Leave the peasants behind. The bastards are near useless anyway. With your new army selected, click on the bandit party, more dirty bastards, marked with the arrow. This will commence attack orders. Remember to speed up time to reduce waiting time for your impatient self. When interacting with other factions, you will have a few options. Not all options are seen as aggressive, but in this case, we need to take care of these lowly, crooked-nosed knaves who dared stand in our way. You always get a chance to see the consequences of your actions first, though I imagine even with this extra insight, you will make some, shall we say, mistakes. But in your ongoing wisdom, of which I have no doubts, I'm sure you will succeed and I won't be having this same talk with yet another young lord. Welcome to the battle scene. You will be spending a lot of time here, my lord. Knowing you, it will be spent making mistakes, but feel free to prove me wrong. Let's get this over with. On to the basics of combat. Surprise. Camera movement is exactly the same as in the campaign map, so you will probably only struggle a little. Pressing the 1 key selects all range. During the battle, it is wise to keep your units separated to avoid ranged unit fire, so I assume you'll probably forget this as soon as I say it. Line formation allows you to move your units into position as far apart as you choose. With your low-born archers selected, right-click and drag a line and then release the right mouse button. You may want to keep your units in a sorted formation, so they are neat, like peasants rarely are. Select your entire army by left-clicking and dragging a box around it. Now right-click and drag on the terrain. At the same time as the right mouse button, hold down the left control key. Release the right mouse button to confirm. My lord, the enemy army has appeared across the map from your army. With your Ragabrash archers selected with the 1 key, left-click and drag a box over the enemy army while holding down left control. Release the left mouse button to confirm orders. Hint, my lord. Placing your archers on higher ground can increase accuracy, and holding the higher ground normally has its advantages, as long as you keep a cool head. Once they have softened those dirty buggers up, send in your melee units, my lord. Just do be careful not to stub your toe. Press the 2 key to select all melee units, or drag select a portion of your army. My lord, a hint. Archers, my lord, each unit type has its strengths and weaknesses. Not unlike your stunted intellect. Unless it's but human pain, I suppose. You can learn about these when training your units. Use the terrain and weather to your advantage. To dumb it down for you, though I'm not sure this will be enough, don't forget to use things like terrain height and bottlenecks to outsmart your enemy. Keep an eye on your hero units. They can be selected using the panel on the left. You were successful in defeating the bandit party that has been harassing our forces. I'm pleasantly surprised, my lord. When you are done celebrating and drinking the swill the troops call ale, click OK to learn about your hero units. You may have noticed during the battle, your lord has increased in rank. I assume even you can learn basic things. How surprising. Let's learn a bit more about your hero units. When the Heroes button has a green cross, here is a list of all heroes attached to this army. The green plus sign indicates this unit has unused skill points. This is where you can assign whatever available skill points you might have earned to upgrade your hero's abilities, and assigned your hero's vassals, which will help improve your kingdom depending on their skills. It seems at least there is some hope for the people of your kingdom, my lord. You may move your mouse over each item to see its effect. Hint: in the early game, it is a good idea to increase leadership, as it will increase your unit's strength in battle. Now it's time to besiege a castle. Oh, what fun we're having, my lord. One day you might even be able to do this on your own. I don't hold out too much hope of that, though, my lord. Click on your town, then open up the Create Army panel again. Hopefully add all units except peasants and every piece of lumber, stone, and steel for your siege equipment. I'm assuming, my lord, that you remember your troops cannot climb walls on their own. With your new army selected, click on the town of Vale Hall to the west of your town, Greywatch. My lord, I am in awe of the original names you have chosen. Hint, speed up time, my lord. Your army has arrived at its destination. In this dialogue, you can usually choose diplomatic options and make peace with flowery words I doubt you know. Or you could choose to trade with the town and maybe earn some coin. However, as I believe I'm getting an accurate grasp of your intellect and personality, I feel we are here to declare war. Now accept your option by clicking the Siege button. This panel enables you to manage your siege army. You can create new armies from your units. See how siege equipment is built the same way as training units and upgrading your buildings. By selecting each type of equipment, you can see what resources are needed to build each type, except you must bring the resources with you. So, come prepared. More advanced siege engine types need engineers to build. Engineers are people who can count past the number of fingers and toes they have, my lord. I can see you were getting ready to ask. Engineers can also help speed up the building process. Let's start by building 5 ladders, 1 battering ram, 2 ballista, and 1 catapult. While a town is under siege, it still needs to feed its populace. You may wish to attempt to starve out the peasant population, as even they can't survive on dirt and grass, my lord. However, surprise, surprise, the enemy faction may get a tiny bit annoyed at that, and may call in reinforcements from other towns, or call upon their allies, which I see you are still lacking, my lord. My lord, congratulations. That was the basics of kingdom management in Vale of Crows. The next thing to learn about is sieging castles. If you do half as well as you did with this one, I think you might even live to see the next day, my lord. Well done. This scenario is a castle siege. You can tell because of the big castle in the middle. Your main objective is to destroy or rout the enemy army. However, you must overcome the castle walls first, like peeling the armor off a knight or getting through to your head. To do this, we will need to use our To use siege equipment, you must first attach units. The more units attached, the faster the equipment will be able to move. Many legs make small work, my lord. The best way to attach your units at the beginning of the siege is by selecting your entire army and holding left Alt and drag select your siege equipment. Ladders are used to scale your opponent's walls. Drag select 3 of your ladders. Holding left Alt will select only siege equipment if no other units are selected. With your ladders selected, click on any of the castle walls to send them forward. My lord, your ram is a heavily armored, slow-moving tank. A bit like your skull, with one objective: smash. Even more similarities, my lord. Now, use your battering ram, not your head, to attack the enemy gate. Ballista are heavy-ranged attack equipment. They consume ammunition displayed at the top of the screen each time they fire, so make sure to come prepared with spare lumber to make more ammunition. Ballista also attack in the same way as archers. catapults are massive boulder-throwing machines. They are mainly used to destroy enemy walls, but can also target castle gates, units, and buildings. Catapults use stone as a resource, so come prepared and make sure you have extra. My lord, this completes the lessons for ruling your kingdom in Vale of Crows. Good luck with the coming siege. If you followed the hints closely, you may have a chance at winning. I would suggest sending archers to cover your approaching laddermen, as they are vulnerable and slow. If you're not sure about the controls, you can review them by opening up the menu during battle. Now, as I see the executioner is waiting for me by the door, I suppose I shall wish you a good life. Hint. You may recall reinforcements once you lose a few minutes in battle. Battle size can be adjusted in the main menu options. Bye-bye.